What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Rundown for a special episode on a new show we're beginning, Arcane, League of Legends. We are covering episodes 1 to 3 in this episode. For those that are live, we apologize for the delay getting started. We had a little bit of an issue with the slides.
Yeah, it's my
Covering the
problem.
3 episodes.
100% my problem. So I'm sorry.
Often's attacking me in the back. Don't worry, this next week I will be back in charge of the slides. Anthony is fired. Anthony is fired from slides.
I'm fired.
How are you otherwise?
Dude, I'm so stressed. So I had my kid's birthday today. I thought I'd be back by 8, but I was back 10 past 10. So I was stressing to do these, and then I thought the slides weren't in order from Google Drive, because Often did a great job capturing all the slides. But in Google Drive, they didn't seem in order. So all of a sudden I thought, damn, I don't have time to put like 70 slides in order for episode 1 and 2. But when you import them into PowerPoint, they seem to be okay again.
That's weird.
I'm happy.
Yeah, so we got there. We got slides to talk about, which is kind of good because I'm still learning who everybody is in the show and may not be as versed in the characters. So I'm going to need your guys' help. So to give you guys some pre-frame onto covering Arcane, I originally hadn't watched it, but you guys that are live know that you have bullied me into watching it, and I'm glad for that. After watching the first 3 episodes, I'm glad you did, because after watching the third, I'm into it. And so what I'm going to do for the course of this series is I'm going to watch watch it live as we go each week. So we'll do 3 episodes at a time. So each week I'm going to watch the 3 episodes that we're going to cover, and it'll be like fresh for me, even if you've seen the whole series already. So I just thought, rather than boost ahead and watch all the episodes and then start covering it 3 at a time, I'm going to watch it live each week. So it can be fresh in my mind to kind of ask you guys questions about the lore and all that type of stuff about the show, if there's anything extra that I don't know, having never played League of Legends. So I'm excited. I just watched the 3rd episode, not yesterday, Anthony. It was yesterday or the day before. And I thought that was the best one yet out of the first 3.
Dude, I was even wondering if you were able to watch them all 3, because it took you a while to get into Arcane, right? This has been like a long time coming. And yeah, we have been bullying you to watch Arcane, because Arcane season 2 has ended already. Season 1 was 9 episodes. Season 2 was 9 episodes. Also, all divided into 3 acts, I think. So for the record, we're doing season 1, episode 1 to 3 now.
Yes, that was season 1,
and then we're
episode
going to
1
do
to 3.
4 to 6 next week, I guess.
Yes, which I'm excited for now, because after I watched the 3rd episode, I'm like, ooh, I was doing a row. I'm still in my fitness craze. I was doing a row, and I'm like, I want to watch the next episode. But I thought, no, I don't want to confuse myself, because if I do that, I'll confuse myself what happened in episode 4 and episode 3.
Yeah.
So I stopped at episode 3, and what an ending that was. So I can't wait to chat to you guys about that and find out.
Yeah, so which is pretty cool is that so I've been playing League of Legends for it's season 15 now, so
wow,
13 years. Yeah, for 13 years now.
That's crazy.
And I've already watched season 1 and 2, so it's cool to hear from you who hasn't played League, and also just seen 3 episodes. So it's cool to hear your point of view and the things you're thinking.
So I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's happening. I don't know anything. All I can go off. I literally know nothing about the characters in the story. So I only know what has happened in episode 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So I think I'll try to add some things about the lore in the game, but not too much as to the point that it would spoil anything. But the lore in the game is going to be a bit different than this, even though it's it kind of fits the game totally. So it's hard to explain, right? Because like in Last of Us, you could say, well, the story's a bit different, or the story's exactly the same. But now this a totally different game, because League of Legends is a MOBA, and with characters, and all characters have different skins, which is just like an aesthetic you could buy in game.
In the game,
and every skin has a different lore. So each character can have like 10 types of lore. So I never mattered that much about the lore, because it was kind of willy-nilly, because whichever skin you got came with a different lore, so the lore didn't really matter to me. But now it kind of makes sense, the skins and also the original lore. So it's pretty
interesting.
cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of depth in it that I'm yet to uncover. Like, I feel like there's a lot going on that. Like I'll admit, the first episode, I wasn't as hyped up about it. I'm like, okay, let's see what this is going. I don't really know what the heck's going on here. But as it progressed, and by the time we got to episode 3, I was thinking, like, okay, I'm starting to understand a bit more. But yeah, obviously, I still don't really know anything.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, there's 18 episodes, and like you said, you've only seen the first 3 now.
Yeah.
So for everyone who hasn't seen Arcane, you can just catch up together with John, because we're just doing the first 3 episodes.
Yes. Now, before we get into it and start bringing the slides up, let's just check the chat, because we've got a few peeps here and a few messages left. I want to give a shout out to Christian, who came in early. He says, "Hey John, love the show. Only got into it after the Jinx figure from Hot Toys." And when was that announced? That was announced like mid last year. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. A couple of months ago.
I think so, right? But I loved it so much, I want a tattoo now.
Whoa!
So, cool. So that's some big hype, because if you get into it and then you're like, I want to get a tattoo of it, that means that you must bloody love it.
So Christian, does that mean you didn't play any Riot game and just started watching Arcane after the Jinx figure, or did you play another game like Valorant or something else, TFT, and then got into it after seeing the Jinx figure? Let me know.
Yeah, let us know. Don't need to show me. Then Often came in. Yep, he was just hating on us. I'm directing that one at you.
yeah, you should.
But I got to give a shout out.
Video.
I'm way too slow, but let's do it.
You're too slow.
Let's use the new one.
Got it! Oh, that's hot.
I just wanted to see Wolverine. Now, Often is into Yellowstone. Side note, Often started Yellowstone. He's on his way to becoming a cowboy. He's on his way to becoming a cowboy. Let's just put it out there. Rip! Where are we? Lukagi's in the house. What's up, Lukage? Hello, sir. Balling as usual. And also shout out to Often for all the slides as well.
Thanks.
You can send them to me this week. Anthony's banned. Send them to me.
I'm banned.
I will be back on track. I was launching my other podcast this week.
Your other podcast.
My other podcast. If you make enough podcasts, does that make you a podcaster? I don't know.
You're a podcast mogul.
Butch is in the house, channel member and legend. What's up, guys? I'm totally clueless about Arcane, but I'm interested, so I'll be doing a lot of listening. Well, Butch, you're right with me, because I'm clueless about it. But I would tell you, after watching the first 3 episodes, episode 3 kind of got me hyped up.
Cool.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. So if you get a chance and you get time, check it out.
Yeah, also, I'm kind of curious what got you hyped up about episode 3, bro. We'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there. AJ's in the house, another channel member, absolute legend. We had a catch up on the members only catch up yesterday with AJ, and Butch was there. We got to meet AJ's lovely partner, Ashley, and she's a legend.
Cool.
Greetings, friends, he said. Heading out to dinner tonight, but wanted to stop in quickly and say hello. Have a fantastic stream, everyone, and I'll see you on the replay. Legend. Shout out to Ashley for us, mate. Hope you guys have a great dinner. And be careful in the cold, because I think they're trudging through snow. They have to take out shovels just to get out the door. It's snowing that much there. So I'm feeling for you. I'm in a t-shirt because it's summer here and it's hot. Podcast pimp. Boom.
Podcast pimp.
I think that's. I'm gonna steal that. Look at me. Okay, Pod Diddy. Oh no, Pod Diddy. That's actually got a pretty good ring to it.
Pod Diddy.
Oh crap! For those that are watching, I'll just give a brief what's the word? Shameless plug. I've just started a new podcast. This is a passion project for me. Create the Courage podcast. I launched it on a new YouTube channel because I've learned you can't put a podcast. Like we've already got this one on the Iron Logan channel, so I can't do another one. It just messes with the algorithm. So I've got a new channel called Create the Courage, which has nothing to do with collecting. It's about Create the Courage is a term I created a few years ago. I just came to me or whatever, where I believe it's about, in life, things don't just magically happen. You've got to actually, courage doesn't find you. You've got to find the courage yourself and create the courage yourself. That's kind of the theme behind it. So the show is me interviewing people all over the world to try and learn from them how they get what they get and how they figured out what they want to do in life and all that fun stuff. So my first episode is out with a good friend, Rob, who's going through some big challenges. And mate, he's one of the most inspiring people I've ever talked to. Unbelievable how inspiring this guy is. And I've just got my second guest locked up, a gentleman by the name of Rodrigo, who's going to be making a film this year, and he said I could help. So hopefully that's going to be a pretty cool venture to get it. Yeah. Whether I might just be making sandwiches, I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever it is, I'm going to be doing. So we'll be hopefully recording that this next week, and that'll be out on that. I'm going to learn from him about the film industry. He's been in it 10 years. I'm going to be asking all types of geek out questions about film and cinematography and all that type of stuff. So if you're into that, go check out my other channel, Create the Courage. Shameless plug. Let's move on. All right. Official baby oil merch. Come on. I like cocoa butter.
Cool butter.
All right, let's get into it. Let's bring the slides up. I'm going to add the Z slides for Anthony. Now, we're going to start with episode 1, obviously. Could you maybe kick this off? Because even though I've just watched it, I'm still pretty... look, trying to remember everybody's names is tough.
So, starts off with, what's he saying?
Troy McClure. I think I should know who this is, but I don't remember who that is.
Is it Simpsons?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. Who is it?
Look, Huggy, I'm on Dory, mate. I can't remember. I think Troy McClure is Simpsons, actually. Damn, you got a good memory.
I don't know.
No, I think you're right. That sparked something in me. Anyway, episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1. So we see before we start, this world or universe is called Runeterra, and it has like a couple of continents, and the most important continents are Valorant and Shurima. People who play Valorant, you'd know Valorant. So this is in that continent. And it's situated in Piltover, and I don't think the time is relevant.
Okay.
Show starts off with seeing 2 crying kids, and I think we already learned that the left is called Vi and the right one is called Powder. Now, supposedly, Vi comes from violet, which is the color of her hair, and I guess Powder is a name for the type of blue that her hair is also.
Does that have relevance? Why that? So, like, if you say she comes from violet, what's that got to do with anything? Like, is that different factions, or is it?
Nah, it's just a trivia.
Okay.
For the 2 names. So you see them crying because we didn't get a slide of that, but the parents just died, and they see this guy before. Carrying the kids, you see him with 2 cast iron gloves, beating the shit out of enforcers, seeing their parents dead, and you can see that the parents meant something to him, and he carries the 2 children to safety.
Yeah, that's the impression I got, right? Like, the parents have died, he's saving them and taking, like, looking after them, essentially.
Yeah. Okay, dude, they're not in order. That's kind of what I was afraid of.
Okay. Let's just check. Are they?
Oh, they seem in order, but I think there's a gap missing. So
we'll just do it as we go.
Yeah, I'll just put this one here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is maybe the most important of that. Yeah, let's do it there. So this episode is centered around 4, you could say, friends, hoodlums, family, and like a circus family.
Yes.
You have Powder, who's the one with the blue hair in the middle. You have Milo, who's the guy being crushed with the black hair. Then you have Vi, which we've already seen. And I think his name's Clanger,
I
something like
think
that.
so.
Yeah. And they are kind of a little team gang. And they fit with Vander. Vander is the bigger guy.
The leader, the big guy, right? Yep.
So over here. This episode is called, I think, Welcome to the Playground. And it alludes to a couple of things, I think. And when it comes to these 4 kids, it comes to the fact that they see the hood they live in, and also Piltover, which is like the very posh city of prosperity and inventions. They kind of see the world as their playground, and they're kind of playing soldier, like you would normally. But then they also have like little heists and they steal stuff. And usually,
it's like the impression I got, like they're what's the word? Like they're little outlaws or whatever. Like they're they're not on the rich side; they're on the poor side.
Yeah, they're like cat burglars, but also pretty poor because this region is divided into Piltover, which is like the upper city, and then you have the gutter or the trenches or the lanes, or Zon, and they're just fighting to get some scrap because they're all poor. And they're literally like the gutter of Piltover. So the buildings you see over here, they seem very smooth and rich and civilized, and that's Piltover. And literally the underworld is the Zon or the lanes or whatever.
Yeah, I think it sets the scene pretty well of like you've got the rich and then you've got the poor, and these guys are the poor side essentially. It's that classic tale of
and
2 sides.
It seems like they do little heists all of the time, and they're mischievous all of the time, and then they go back home over Vander and they just hang out. So they're kind of.
But who are they doing it for? Who are they doing it for? Do they do it for Vander, or are they doing it for themselves? Like it seemed to me like they're doing it for Vander. Maybe is that wrong?
So I don't know if I can go into some backstory, but maybe we get there later. But I'll tell just now the things situate things a bit better, I think. This one. The one we saw in the beginning is like a couple of years ago, because you already see that both Powder and Vi are a couple of years younger here when they lost their parents. And this was Vander leading the underworld versus Piltover, so versus the upper class. They were continually in war. It kind of seems that Vander sees how much loss war brings, so he kind of regrets having this war all the time. So in the period that we are right now, those types of wars, or the Civil War maybe, it's kind of over. And the underworld doesn't spill into Piltover that much anymore. Well, it really was like a civil war before. So that's kind of new in this era. And so when these 4 kids had these little burglaries or the heists or whatever, usually you were supposed to do it in Underworld. So if you're going to rob someone in the Underworld. That's kind of how things go. But Vi is feeling rebellious. She's feeling resentful for Piltover, and she still blames Piltover for the death of her parents. So she thinks, we're being poor over here, why not just go into Piltover and rob over there? And it's like a heist that she set up herself, and she got the information from one of the other people living in the underworld, Echo, and they call him Little Man still. So Little Man had some info. Yeah, Little Man had some info on a wealthy guy in Piltover, and that's why Vi planned the heist.
Yeah,
Now-
and I will. Can I add here that
Yeah.
heist scene, right? Because I don't know if there's any slides of it.
No, I don't see
is
any
it-
slides of it.
Yeah, but the heist is actually pretty cool. The way they filmed it, like they're running across
Yeah.
rooftops and things like that. I will say the animation is really good. I was really surprised about the animation style, and
Yeah,
the
so
more
the
I'm
animation
watching
was
it, the
done by
more I'm
Fortiche.
getting into it.
Yeah, Fortiche is like a French company who already did one video of League of Legends a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
But supposedly they worked on this for 9 years, so
Wow.
it's kind of a big venture. So
Dang.
it should look pretty cool.
Yeah,
So it's
it
like
does.
a combination of like this animation style you see over here, and
Mhm.
when there's a lot of action, they put like 2D effects on top of that. So it
Mm.
looks pretty surreal at times.
It does. It does look really good. If you're into really good visually striking when you're watching stuff, like if you love cinematography and animation, I feel like that's one of the things that has lured me in more as I started watching it.
Yeah.
Is the style of the animation.
It felt like a cheaper but more modern version of Akira. I don't know if you've seen Akira back in the days, but yeah. Anyway, so they do the heist and they go into a certain tower, and they kind of reluctantly, or Milo reluctantly accepts Powder coming with the heist because Milo thinks Powder isn't ready for the heist. Powder herself thinks she's not ready for the heist, but Vi thinks, and Vi is her old sister, thinks you're ready to come. You might not be the strongest, but you're very inventive. Just come on the heist. It might have been a mistake because Powder kind of screwed things up.
Yeah, look, let's just put it this way: she's a gazelle.
Yeah,
In
she's
the
a
first
gazelle.
couple episodes, I'm just going to put she's a gazelle.
Yeah.
She's the epitome of a gazelle.
She wants to not be a gazelle, but she's a gazelle.
She's an
And she
absolute gazelle in the first two
she
episodes.
finds these Hextech crystals, like you see over here. And they got find out, and then she drops one. And it rolls and then explodes the hell out of the building. So this is like the explosion of the building.
At this point, I'm like, what the hell is that thing? Basically, is where I'm at.
Well, it's extremely volatile. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
They should call it Lani.
Oh, dude, you're so sleeping on the couch today. So, oh, dude, wait. I don't think we even see. Okay, there's not much on episode 1. Okay, so
That's
they're in
okay.
order, but it's not. Maybe I missed a few. They're often sent. I don't know. Okay,
Anyway. She's a child. Yeah, I know she's a child, but she's still a gazelle. The music and animation is what interests me in Arcane, since I never played the game. That's what Lakagi says. So yeah, I'm the same as you, mate. With
yeah. So
music's good too, actually.
Huge explosion in the upper world. That's not supposed to be, because you leave Piltover alone. So now all the enforcers, which is like the guards or the police or whatever, are up in arms. Everyone in Piltover knows there's been a heist and there's been a big explosion, and the 4 kids have been seen. Now, the slides that I've missed or that I don't have, I don't know. After this is that the gang, when they have like all the gizmos and gadgets and also those crystals, they have it in a bag and they give the bag to Powder, and then they split up.
Smart move.
Yeah, that's a bad move. And then they were weighted up by like another little gang of, I think it's grown-ups, so not kids, so they're outmatched, so they're beaten up. And
I think that was the scene you had before, right? Of them fighting everybody. That's when they're on the. So they steal the stuff. They're on the run, and then they're getting into a fight with these guys, and then they get into a fight with, because she's holding the bag there, I think. With
So Powder has the bag. Everyone is fighting. The guy on the left is called Decker, and he is leading the little gang. Decker is like the Wish version of Ezreal. We haven't seen Ezreal yet, but I think we are going to see him.
The Wish version, nice.
Later. But we still don't know why they followed them there. Just that the loot that they had, that Powder had, is lost. Powder just throws the loot away, in the water, so the loot is lost. So we did everything for nothing. There was a big explosion, and now everyone knows that the people of the underworld did like a heist.
It's
in
basically like
Piltover.
a shit show, right? The whole thing
It is
goes
shit
wrong,
show.
which which alerts the guard, like the
the
dudes
enforcers
in the
of
suit,
Piltover.
the enforcers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now they have nothing to show for the heist, but everyone knows that there's 4 kids of the underworld because they've been seen running around Piltover. Now everyone is looking for 4 kids from the underworld to retaliate. They go back to the little clubhouse or the home, whichever you want to call it.
It's like in the back of a pub, right? Vander owns a pub, and it's in the back of a pub. Yep.
And this is like downstairs. So this is kind of the lair. And Vander's kind of pissed because Vi took it upon herself to do this job, and they weren't supposed to. He's basically saying, what the hell are you doing? It's far too dangerous to do a heist in Piltover. That's why we don't do it.
Rookies.
Yeah, rookies. And now this is Milo on the couch talking to Vi. And Milo is saying, Powder, she ruins every chance that we ever have. She's Jinx, so never take her along for the ride. And that is pretty relevant, Jinx, because that's going to be her nickname later.
Yeah.
And
she's a bit of a jinx in the first couple of episodes, but I put it down to that's Vi's fault. She shouldn't be bringing a kid on a freaking heist. Like they don't really delve into that. She shouldn't have brought her at all. Like it wouldn't happen if she didn't do that.
Exactly, but she's her older sister.
No
and
spoilers.
What you do need to know is that Powder or Jinx, she's a tinkerer, just like you. And she makes moving grenades out of puppets, but they don't work. So it's like
not yet.
It's useless. Then they talk about, where did you get that info about the heist anyway? Well, we got it from Little Man. And Little Man is like the assistant of Benzo, and Benzo is a shop owner who's kind of like a pawn shop, and he's a friend of Vander's. And he says, well, there was a rich guy, and I just followed him home. So he followed him home to Piltover. And that was his tip to say, you can go there to steal some cool stuff.
Yeah, V is also a kid. Often going to keep us on track. I think you need to.
So Echo hears about the fight, or what went down, and he's saying Vi must have beat someone up because he knows that Vi is actually a good fighter. She's not only like a wannabe leader; she's actually a good fighter.
That's the impression I give off, that she already knows how to fight. Like,
after this, you see the enforcers. I don't know if we have one of the enforcers now. We see the enforcers coming to talk to Vander, because Vander is like the unofficial de facto leader of the underworld. Because after the civil war between the underworld and Piltover, Vander kind of made settlement of the underworld. So he's kind of seen like the in the past like leader of the underworld. At this moment in time, though, underworld is kind of split into 2 factions. So it's Vander's faction, that's where the kids belong to, and there's also another one, and that's where Decker belongs to. It's kind of like 2 gangs running the underworld. Now, when this general, what's the name again? Grayson? When General Grayson, no, not General, Sheriff Grayson is talking to Vander, then we find out that one of the enforcers, so the woman on the right, is actually on friendly and very good terms with Vander, who is like the leader of the underworld, which is kind of weird.
It's like they have a deal, is the impression I got. They got a deal going to keep the peace, essentially.
So,
a necessary deal.
We have, this is why I think the title Welcome to the Playground is pretty cool. It's kind of like Game of Thrones with different parties and power struggles and people wanting to take power.
Yeah, it's definitely more political feeling than what I thought. Not political, I guess, more Before I watched it, I didn't think it would take its time to build the story like this. I
Yeah,
guess would be the way to
yeah.
put it. They're really
It's
setting
more
the scene
apparent
for all the characters.
in episode 2 how they're going to build the story. But
Mm.
here we find out, but also Echo also finds out because he has like a listening and a looking device into the last drop. So he's like eavesdropping. So
Mhm.
we and Echo find out that Vander and Grayson have a deal. Vander can kind of do what he wants in the underworld, and the enforcers won't come into the underworld as long as the people of the underworld just leave Piltover alone and don't do heists in Piltover. As long as they both adhere to those rules, it's fine.
Mhm.
But Grayson now says, well, the rule has been violated. So the people of Piltover will want to have like someone to blame.
Yeah, you need to bring us ahead, basically.
Yeah,
Give us someone.
basically. Literally, maybe even.
Which is the deal. There's the deal that they have.
So that's like the problem in Act 1, that the kids have been found out, and now someone has to be blamed.
Makes
but
sense.
Vander feels responsible for the kids, especially because he's
I
been
have
like
a question on
a
this.
father for them.
Yeah, he's like a father figure to him. So my question is, he's obviously got this deal set up with them. That's in a way, I guess it keeps the peace, but in a way it also sets the stage of like the poor will always stay poor and the rich will stay rich, because if he's keeping the peace, they're basically agreeing to you, we'll just keep everything status quo. Am I right there or am I off?
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22 because if nothing changes, the poor will stay poor and the rich will stay rich. But Vander has seen, like we've seen, like in the first slide, he has seen too many casualties of a continuously civil war. So he's kind of given up on trying to fight the Piltover per se. He's trying to keep the peace, actually, like a de facto peacekeeper. But
trying to keep
the problem
people alive.
the problem is not everyone in the underworld agrees, because a lot of people are dirt poor and they would like to fight and just have like a coup.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Echo finding this out is actually a big secret.
Yeah, he's fine, and he finds out that, so they didn't know that he keeps it, like he has a deal with them. Basically,
No, this was a secret for everyone. So this is a secret for Piltover, that Grayson has to deal with Vander, and it's a secret to the underworld, to everyone in the underworld, that Vander has a deal with the enforcers.
Which makes sense. You can't not negotiate on any point to keep the peace. It doesn't make things that magically just happen. Like that. Okay.
Then we switch to Powder and Vi. Vi is kind of trying to cheer up Powder because Powder feels like a screw up, which she is, or like a gazelle. And Vi says we all screw up sometimes, which they do, but not as much as Powder. So now we see
that's a cool shot.
Yeah,
can I actually pause for a sec? Lukagi, if you're still here, can you find like a clip of a gazelle that we can put on the show? I just had an idea. Back to the show.
Okay, so I'm kind of thinking this is episode 2. Or is it the ending of 1?
I think that might be the ending of 1. So yeah,
no, it's the 1. It's the 1 because before this shot, we find out that is it that one? No. Before this shot, we find out that Decker reports to someone else, to the guy on the left. The guy on the left is named Silvo. So right after the Civil War, we had like one de facto leader of the underworld, which was Vander. But people are not agreeing with the peaceful way or the pacifistic way Vander was trying to lead the underground. I think he's weak. So this is like the leader of the other faction. And his name is
Two
Silco.
factions in the underworld.
Yeah.
Factions in the underworld.
2 large factions. There may be others, but 2 large factions in the underworld, or lanes. He is Silco. We don't know why his eye is the way it is. He does seem to put something into his eye, though. And there's like a doctor to the right of him. When I saw this at first, I was thinking Silco. His name kind of sounds like Singe. So maybe he might become Singe, which is like a character in League of Legends. So
Okay.
the fun part about playing League of Legends is that there are 170 characters, around 170 characters.
Wow.
So every time we see a new character in Arcane, I was just thinking, is he becoming this character? Or is he going to become this character? Is he actually in the lore that already exists, or is it a new character? And at this point, you don't know, because you know this is playing before League of Legends. And then you see the Doctor over here, and I thought, who's he going to become? Is he going to become Singed? We don't know, but they are looking at this. This is called Shimmer. Shimmer resides between a drug, like, do you have flakka in Australia?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
okay,
I've heard of it.
I'll just skip it. Let's say
Flak.
This resides somewhere between coke and steroids and poison. I think that's
Nice.
the good mix between them. And over here, they put a cat and a mouse in one container, and they fed the mouse with Shimmer. And then the mouse completely changes, becomes large, and then the blood you see over here is the cat's blood, because the mouse killed him. Yeah. And then I thought, is the mouse going to come to Twitch? But we don't know yet. Anyway.
Who's Twitch?
It's just another character in League of Legends. Okay. So we see that this stuff is very potent, and Silco over here says that someone else has just volunteered to be the next subject. So supposedly it's Decker, because he's not that fond of Decker after screwing the heist up.
Because they didn't get the stones from.
Well, they didn't get loot from the because they don't know about stones yet.
We might take some to get track. Yeah, where can I get some of this Shimmer?
I think he already has. I think he already has. So now we have 2 slides about the last drop, which is like the busy cafeteria, cafe, or I don't know what you would call it, of the underworld.
I looked at it as a pub.
Yeah, and it's been led by Fender.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What's that?
Oh, dude. So this is episode 2.
Okay. Right. So that sets up the scene for episode 1, basically. We're introduced to all the characters in the underworld, because then we get into these new guys.
Yeah, it's in order, but I'm missing some. Okay.
That's all right. Okay, so episode 1 ends basically, they've set the scene. There's 2 underworld teams. One has the Shimmer, one is Vander and all them, and then you've got the rich guys, which you don't see that much of in the first one. You just see the enforcers. Now, as someone who's watching it for the first time, I see the enforcers I see the rich as the bad guys, right? So far, is the impression that they're giving me.
Yeah, even though the other 2 were gangs also, so I don't know if it's that black and white. But
well, I guess
that's how you need to see him, I guess.
That's how I felt after watching the first episode.
Yeah.
We're going for the poor, and the rich, treat the poor poorly.
True.
I guess.
True.
That's
so
the impression.
We go. What did you think about episode 1?
To be honest with you, after episode 1, I didn't understand it like I do now after you've explained it. So I was a little lost.
I think it was even hard to watch it in one take for you, right? Because I think you stopped after a couple of minutes.
I stopped halfway, and I was just like, I'm not in the mood. Rip! I'm going to go back to Yellowstone. But then I pushed through. I came back to it, and I pushed through. And I was like, okay, I'm one in. Let's just see where it goes. That's kind of, honestly, that's where I was at after the first episode.
Yeah. I think
not knowing anything.
Often Lakage said to me, when you're going to watch it, just watch this 1 and 2 just in one straight go, which I didn't because I didn't have time. But for me, it didn't matter because I liked it anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe if you don't have anything with the lore yet, maybe it's good to see 1 and 2 just back to back.
Yeah. Well, after episode 1, I wasn't that excited. Let's put it that way. But then, and I think that was down to not knowing enough about it to be. I just didn't know what to expect with the story.
That makes sense.
So I'm glad I pushed through, and I'm glad I pushed through, because episode 2 you start to see a little bit more, and episode 2 as well, you're kind of getting introduced to the other characters.
Yeah.
But that was also that became intriguing. Like I said, by
Yes,
the
so
time
that
we get
was
to episode
fun.
3,
Yeah.
I was more hyped, definitely.
Yeah. And so that was fun, and I didn't expect it. So when you start at episode 2, I kind of expected you just go with Vi and Powder and Vander again. But it
Yes.
starts off with Jace, and I'm trying to look if I can see
A
like
picture of him.
where it doesn't spoil too much.
So I can just cut to him and then come back.
Okay, so the guy in the middle is Jace.
Yeah.
The beginning of episode 2 begins with you cut back in time. So you see the
back into the
events of
past,
the
right?
explosion. Sorry?
It's back
So you
in the
see
past, right?
Yeah, so you see not that far in the past, because in episode 1 we've seen this explosion from this point of view.
Okay.
And episode 2 begins like 30 seconds back from
Oh
this
shit,
scene.
that's that bit. I didn't realize. I didn't realize that.
It's freaking Powder.
Yeah. Bloody damn Gazelle.
Iron Powder.
Every time Powder does something, I'm going to put a Gazelle clip.
Yeah. So we start. Oh, what was it?
He just says it was different for me not being able to identify Easter eggs while watching it. Was also kind of nice because I didn't think about looking for them like I do with my that's true for me.
Yeah, that's cool also.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I'm just watching for the story. I have no idea what I'm looking for. I'm just going a lot trying to understand the story.
Yeah. And okay, so episode 2 starts with this exact timeline, but 30 seconds before this. So you see, but you don't know that's what you're seeing at the moment. You see Jace, which is that guy sitting on a stool, and he's opening a door. And well, he's trying to open the door, but the exact moment that he tries to open the door, the explosion happens.
Yeah. So that's his place they're robbing, or where that's like.
Yeah. Well, not his home, but his
workplace.
I think you could,
like his lair, his sanctuary.
Workshop. His workshop. That's
Tony Stark's workshop. Yeah.
So it explodes, and then you cut back to this. Okay. You cut back to seeing him and his mom when he was very small, almost dying from a snowstorm, and then you see this guy.
Yeah, this dude.
Yeah, this dude. And when I saw him, I thought he must be Rise. Rise is like a mage who was important in Rune Wars. Rune Wars were like the big magical wars that happened before the time we see in Arcane.
Okay.
So the fun thing is, when you look at Piltover and you look at the Underworld, usually when you see content, movies or series in the future, there's been like this big apocalypse or a nuke or whatever, and there's no electricity anymore. And the fun thing is, I haven't noticed anything electric in Arcane. It seems like there's no electricity, and there's also no magic yet. So this seems like an era after magic. So when you see this guy, who obviously uses a lot of magic and runes, you think, what the hell happened? Because in episode 1, and I haven't seen any magic at all.
So just those blue orbs. Well, I was like, oh, it's this blue orb, so obviously it has something to do with something.
Oh, it's not the same. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Jace and his mom almost die. This guy appears. He teleports them somewhere else, and they end up over here. So his life is saved. Well, in the first time that I saw it, I thought, okay, so he had a big explosion. So that's why we see a flashback of like another dire situation. But the second time watching it, I'm kind of thinking that he was saved from death from the explosion, just like he was saved from death from a snowstorm. So I think the explosion was a bit
interesting,
more of an impact than I thought at first.
Yeah, because
As
at first I thought it was just like him having a flashback. Is how I
yeah,
interpreted it when I
that's what I
watched the
thought.
show.
That's what I thought as well. That he was knocked back and then he had a flashback. But then I thought, why, dude? Why would he have a flashback when he's knocked back? So now I'm thinking that's to do with him being saved from death.
Mm.
And afterwards, as a kid, so still in this one, the guy with the runes, you see the runes over at his wrist, he gives one to Jace.
Yeah. Why? That is the question. Why is he
That is
special?
the
Why
question.
is someone?
True, but we don't know yet.
Okay.
Then we are at this scene. So he's waking up. Maybe some time has passed, and then he sits in his lab or a workshop, and we see an enforcer on the left, and we see, I think we already get his name as Victor on the right, and Victor introduces himself as the assistant of the dean of the academy that Jace goes to.
That's right.
So Jace is like a student of the academy, and in that capacity, he's doing experiments. The dean of the school is like the head of the school where Jace goes to, and this guy on the right, Victor, is the assistant of that dean.
Yeah. So the academy, if I can, the academy
Yeah.
is, because they don't really explain it here. Is just a school, or is it like a main thing in the city where super smart people go to be a part of?
It feels like an Ivy League school.
Yeah, that's
because
the feel, I guess.
It's only for people who can afford it.
Okay.
But then again, the whole city is full of houses which are all pretty important and rich. So, but the academy is like the where you go. It's like a university, I guess.
Yeah.
And after which you get like a lot of opportunities.
So what do enforcers have to do with it though? Because if enforcers, so the enforcers that's an enforcer there, right? Questioning.
Oh yeah. Wait. I'll get to that. So Victor is the assistant of the dean of the academy. And the dean of the academy, whose name is Heimerdinger, he's also the head of the council. The council is like the ruling government of Piltover. So the people in the council are usually either important people by the things that they do, like being the dean of the academy, or being the head of their house. And the council just decides what happens to Piltover. So they're the law, basically. They're judge, they're lawyer, they're police, they're everything over there.
Yeah.
And this is the seat of crime. It's not because there's been a heist, but there's a crime in the sense that there was an explosion and that endangered the people of Piltover.
Yeah.
So the crime is that Jace is doing dangerous experiments. That's the crime that's been committed right now.
Yeah.
And Victor has been tasked to remove everything from this workshop that's dangerous, including Jace.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I was following along with it. Yep.
Yeah, and now we see that Jace still has the crystal as like a wristband.
The
Infinity Stone. Oh, dude. I think we're cutting a lot now. Okay, so this is Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger is the dean of the academy and also the head of the council. I don't think this is in jail yet because Jace is in jail now.
Yeah, so basically he gets locked, like he gets taken away because they arrest him for obviously recklessness.
Yeah.
Is the impression I got.
Yeah.
And then the dean comes to see him to talk to him about it.
I'm just trying to see if he's been in jail already, if that's what this is. Okay, no, this is on the council. So he's been taken to jail. Is he though? I don't know. He's going to be taken to jail anyway.
He is Yoda. I took this as Jedi Council. Yeah,
Heimer's Yoda, definitely, because he's 307 years old.
Yeah, he's a
I think this is Heimerdinger talking to the council, but I don't know for sure.
I feel like this was him talking to him at first? Because he comes to visit
Who?
Jace, right?
Yeah,
Doesn't he come to talk to Jace? But
yeah,
that's
when
in
he's in jail. But I don't know if this is the scene because it looks too good over at the
Yeah,
back.
like it looks like it's back in that room. He didn't come and see him in the room? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Before he went to jail?
Anyway, what we do know is that Heimerdinger doesn't want anything to do with magic.
Yeah, he doesn't believe it.
Because Jace is going to tell Heimerdinger that he's trying to invent something that would be able to control magic. And Heimerdinger says, yeah, we shouldn't do that. And I think the name of the episode, what was it again? Some myths should stay uncovered or something.
It's when he visited Jace, often says.
Yeah, so this is probably in jail then. If it's in jail, then he says, you're going to have to talk to the council tomorrow. And when you go to the council, just say that you realize that you've put the city of Piltover in danger and you won't do such dangerous experiments anymore, but don't mention magic. It's very important to not mention magic, and you'll just get a slap on the wrist, and that'll be it.
Again, just a question here then. I feel like that's an ulterior motive for him to say that because of what happens after this in episode 2 and 3. Like, I feel like
so
that
there are a couple of ulterior motives. You get this feeling because he said you reminded me when I saw you enter the academy, so you already noticed he has it. Well, at least he's noticed Jace. You kind of reminded me of myself because of his curiosity. So you kind of get the sense that he likes Jace and he wants to save Jace. So it feels like he just tries to give Jace the best chance of just staying in the academy and not get punished.
Yeah, like at first I'm thinking, oh, he's helping him, but now I'm thinking he's trying to suppress him.
Yeah, not now, right? Now you just think
right now I think he's helping him. Yeah, right now I think he's helping him.
Yeah, cool.
You're not a wizard, Harry.
Okay. Now, Harry. It's if it's Hagrid, it's Harry. Anyway, this is back over. I don't know what it's called again, but it seems like a room of games, like an arcade hall, and you get to see Vi having like a high score in a punching machine, and you get to learn that Vander told them to lay low because everyone from Piltover or the enforcers are looking for 4 kids, so they should not be seen. Then you cut to powder attaching not electricity but some like greenish ooze which functions as electricity, and then the arcade hall just goes. And then you get
so
to
she's
know,
obviously very good with technology, like you said.
Because she repairs everything. Yeah, and then you see her being pretty good shot because she hits everything with that gun over there. Which cool. Is kind of has a resemblance to the zap gun that she has in the game, which is funny.
Oh, that's cool. Just quickly, we got Tyria in the house. Hello, John and Anthony. Hey, chat.
Yo,
Arcane was so good.
Yeah, it was. It was. After that, you see a guy being thrown through glass because the enforcers are just patrolling the underworld with their gas mask to not inhale like the foul odor of Zon.
So that's what it's called. Okay.
Yeah, and they saw these kids and they go to search them to see if these are the kids they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we have any slides from that, but they slightly get away from the enforcers. They cut off the electricity and just slid away.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the council. No, this is Mel before the council.
They're preparing. Yeah, they're preparing for we kind of meet these cancelled people here. I remember that.
Yeah. So this, I think you already, because the one on the right is called her house's name is Kiriman, and she seems like an assistant to the one in the middle. And what you get to know from the one from the middle is that she's called Mel Madonna, and the Moderna house is like the richest house in Piltover. But she says, yes, but I'm still the poorest Moderna. So obviously her family is very rich, and but she's still trying to prove her worth to her family. And the
I
guy
like
on the
her
left,
though, so far.
the guy on the left is like an inventor who invented all these puzzles, and he's trying to sell the best puzzle to Mel. And Mel, I don't think you know yet why she wants to have a puzzle, but at first she has like a very brilliant puzzle, and after that she kind of takes a liking to a very childish puzzle, like a kid's puzzle, but she chooses that one instead of the brilliant puzzle. We go to Vander, right? Okay.
We get a bit of a history lesson, right? I think.
Yeah. So you cut back to Vander, and you see that this woman obviously is not part of the faction that Vander is a part of, because she thinks Vander looks weak, not acting against the enforcers, just patrolling through the underworld. So she always wants to fight, and she has some minions along with her, and they also want to fight. And I think Vander explains there that he's just trying to look out for everyone. I don't know if this is about the civil war between Piltover
Is it about the
and
magic,
Underworld?
I think? Is this back to the
This is the
magic?
Rune Wars. I think it's the Rune Wars. Okay, so we're in the council. Okay, so maybe start with this. This is the next day, and Jace needs to be in front of the council. The thing that I like about this is that, like I said, there doesn't seem to be any electricity, and to have like this focus of light, they first shut down the whole room, so it's pitch dark, because they have like a ceiling that has like a lot of movement in the ceiling, and then you can just open up certain part. No, it's Kid's mom. So there's like points in the ceiling they can open up to have like focus on certain people. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, so
I did not pick up on that.
So when his trial starts, you see the whole room close down, the ceiling, and then there's like a focus on Jace. So part of the ceiling opens, and the light shines through, and you can see him. And then different council members and their opinions afterwards. Oh, dude, we have this already? Okay. He at first tries to do what Heimerdinger tells him, because on the council there are a couple of council members. So we have Heimerdinger, because he's the head of the council. Why, dude?
Ren's in the house. Ren's in the house. Sorry, Anthony, cover your ears.
Dude.
That's so loud, that one.
Dude. Okay, anyway. So he tries to plead his case. At first he tries to do what Heimerdinger told him to do, to apologize. I put everyone in danger. I won't do it again. Please don't sue me or do anything. And his mom pleads his case by saying he doesn't know what he does, and I'll just take care of him, and he'll stop with his experiments. And Caitlin's mom, we haven't seen Caitlin yet, but we will. So the woman of House Kiraman, who is his benefactor, pleads her case to have him stay on. And then he's kind of lured up by Mel, because Mel says, so you've had like a big explosion with nothing to show for it. So then he's lured out, and he explains that he wants to harness magic, which he shouldn't have.
Well, should he? I feel like even though that guy told him not to, I feel like that guy's trying to suppress him. He's trying to suppress his greatness, is the feeling I got.
Maybe. You're projecting, John.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to suppress your greatness.
They're trying to suppress him. Just let him. He's a peacock. Let him be free.
So we shouldn't have anything to do with magic because magic is dangerous. We know what we've what's happened before because everyone in the room didn't live when the rune wars were a thing, but Heimerdinger did because he's 370 years old. Because one man was very powerful and he destroyed a lot of stuff, basically.
So magic is free speech, and they're the government trying to suppress him.
No, dude, stop.
That's what it feels like.
Stop it! Don't confuse people. I don't know when this is again, but we see that his mom says, "I said what I said just to save you,"
Gazelle.
but it doesn't really work because he's expelled from the academy and he can't stay on anymore.
Yeah.
So Heimerdinger and Victor go to Jace's old room because, first and foremost, Heimerdinger is an inventor and he's curious as hell. So he just wants to know what he was up to. And he sees that Jace was doing some very interesting stuff, but Heimerdinger is scared of this interesting stuff because it has to do with magic. And he thinks that will be a big problem when it falls into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
Now, you see Silco again with the shimmer and the doctor in the background. And he has his minion Decker.
Often's trying to suppress me.
Speech.
Often's trying to suppress me. Often's trying to suppress me.
Dude, that's the best quote ever. Stop talking about free speech.
Cancel me. Do it.
Yeah. So Silco says you're going to take this. That's basically it. And he ingests the stuff and he tries to he just starts to morph just like the mouse did.
He's about to get jacked.
Yeah, jacked. So this is Jace after being expelled from the academy. He wants to go see the Kierman family, who are his benefactors, but the gate's closed and they stay closed because they don't want to mingle with them anymore. I think Jace is more like Oppenheimer here. He is, dude. He is. So the girl you see over there is Caitlin, who is the daughter of the Kierman you saw earlier, who is Jace's benefactor. And she tells Jace, and you kind of get the idea that Caitlin and Jace, that the relationship is more than just the daughter of your benefactor. It feels like it's at least big brother and sister kind of relationship. Maybe more, but we don't know. Caitlin tells Jace that her family doesn't want to be seen with Jace anymore. So he's just excommunicate.
Bunch of gazelles. Absolute gazelles.
Bunch of gazelles. So this is the council. The most important right now is like Mel Madonna you see in the middle. And Kierman, it's the lady to the right, who is the mom of Caitlin.
Wait. Go back for a sec. The mum of Caitlin is... Okay, that's not the one that's...
In the blue.
Yeah. I was thinking of the mum. His mum was different. Yeah. That makes sense.
No, it's not his mom. It's Caitlin's mom.
Yeah.
So this is the Grayson, the enforcer, and they go to Vander saying, "We need a pound of flesh. We need someone to blame for the explosion. Someone's got to go." And Vander's, I don't know if he says, "I'm not giving up anyone," but he's protecting the kids. So the kids are hiding in the basement, over and there, and the enforcers are looking for them, but they're hiding everywhere, and they do it well.
The Australian enforcer harassing our boy Vander.
Australian enforcer. Dude, I don't know what they talk about over here. I think it's about the losses that he's seen in the Civil War and not wanting to fight anymore, but he'll protect the kids and he'll do anything for them, that's going to be a problem. Well, Jace is not in a good state of mind as well because he's been expelled from the academy. He's been expelled from his benefactor. So this is kind of suicide.
Yeah.
When he is intercepted by Victor. And Victor explains that he's kind of interested in the work that Jace has been doing. And that maybe when they do it together, they would make more advancements and things will work out.
Wait. So I didn't pick up on this. Was he actually thinking of jumping here? I thought he was just being sad.
What do you think that was?
Bloody gazelle. I don't know. Bloody gazelle. He knows
like
he's got access to magic. Why are you going to go quit like that? Little bitch.
It's like a leap of faith.
Fucking hell.
Okay. So
S-Beam's in the house. Sorry,
Yeah.
S-Beam's in the house. What's up?
Yo, Sleeping Beauty.
Arcane, great show. Absolute legend. Glad you could be here, brother.
Yeah. Also looking forward to the fingers. This is Vi consoling Powder. This is Grace doing something to Marcus, but I don't know what anymore.
Holy shit, sorry. S-Beam, member for 25 months, brother.
Dude!
How the hell has it been that long?
What
the hell? Oh, shout out. S-Beam's the man. I've got to figure out a day to do the catch up where you can actually come, for Christ's sake. I'll message you. Yeah, fine.
Yeah. So what we know is that Grayson, the sheriff on the left, still has to deal with Vander, and she doesn't know how to manipulate around it, because she and Vander kind of both know that peace is being threatened at the moment.
Okay.
I think this is where Powder talks about, Vander talks about her parents to Powder, but I'm not sure.
What? Okay.
But anyway, we see the relationship between Powder and Vander.
Yeah.
This is fine. A door. I don't know which door. This is the end of episode 2. Yeah.
There's a door.
There is a door.
A particular door.
So, we got through episode 3.
Boom.
What do you think about episode 2?
I was getting into it more. Like, I was intrigued about who Jace was, and that was good. I didn't expect them to introduce new characters again, but it makes sense now. Like, you know, that we're seeing more. The magic thing, a lot of it like makes more sense after you've just kind of ran through it. To be honest,
Cool.
Yeah, for sure. I still wasn't hooked at this stage.
Okay, so after episode 3.
After episode 3, I feel more hooked.
Okay, cool.
While you're doing that, often says, "Do you want me to remove this? Do you need me to remove this one?"
What? Remove what?
From the stage or the slides?
Oh yeah. Oh no, leave it. I can do episode 3 after.
Okay, so this is after V said her goodbyes to Powder before going to Benzo's
surrender. Yeah.
Bye.
Because everyone, so Piltover and the Underworld just know someone has to go. So they have to give someone up to Piltover to be blamed for the explosion, for the heist, for both. And Vi knows it should be her, and that's what she's struggling with.
Yeah, because she feels responsible. Obviously, it was her idea.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that long, but yeah, got to catch the replay. Working Beauty and such. Hit that like button, yo. Thank you, brother. Have fun at work, mate. Crush it. Oh, we lost it.
Yeah, so I can present the share screen. Cool.
That means we've been doing the rundown for over 2 years.
Damn, that's a lot, dude.
Damn. I mean, with the break in between, but we went on a break. It was a break.
Yeah, it was a big break. Episode 3. So, like episode 2, where we switched viewpoints, we get like this little narration from someone else. And when he just flows down into the water, you see it's actually Silco before the thing he had in his eye. And he's talking about what it feels like to drown. I don't know if you see it yet. Wait, let me scroll through it to make sure. Do you remember what you see in this scene? If you see everything?
I don't think you see everything in this scene. They cover it more when he's talking to him near the end.
So you don't see what happens here?
Or maybe? Often? Can you refresh my memory?
Yeah, I think we can just say if you.
Yeah, just go.
Do you know
just do
what
it.
happens here? If you know it, it's been in episode 3.
Yeah. So he's pushing him down in the water like he's choking him out to kill him.
Yeah. So I think you see it over here that it's.
You just don't see who it is until later.
Okay. You see someone pushing Silco down in the water trying to drown them. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is Vander saying he'll do anything for Vi, and doesn't want Vi to surrender. I love you. Don't surrender. We'll do something.
Do we actually end up finding out why he cares for them so much?
Well,
or is that does that happen later in the show?
I think you do, and I think it's already been. I think you know that he feels responsible for the death of our parents, or both their parents, and that's why he became the Guardian.
Okay.
Because he was also like a friend of both their parents.
Okay.
So I think this is the part where Vander says, "I will go to Piltover to take the blame for the explosion and the gig."
Yeah.
The guy on the right is Benzo. Benzo is the boss of Echo, and he's like a friend of Vander from back in the days, but also a pawn shop owner.
Okay.
And Vander is basically giving himself up to the authorities in Piltover. So I think he actually gets cuffed, and they try to take him away. But then, after they try to escort him out of the lanes, something, and I don't think you see what it is, just ravages everyone. And this is like the massacre that's left behind. So this is Grayson, and Grayson's dead.
And they kill the pawn shop owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So they rock up. This guy, the guy from the start in the water, Silco, rocks up.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We're going to take him," and he gives a coin to. Or is that later? He gives a coin to one of the guards and says he's taking them. There you go. There's the coin.
Yeah, so he kind of made a deal, obviously, to get them.
So does Silco have a deal with the enforcers as well? A separate deal?
Yeah, but not with this one, obviously.
Obviously. Pretty bad deal for her, if that's the case.
Pretty bad deal for her. And I don't know if it's Marcus that he had to deal with, but there's one enforcer that lives with that guy, probably.
Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah.
Thanks, Often.
And this is Echo crying over Vander's being captured.
And the pawn shop owner is their guardian too?
So the pawn shop owner is his boss. So boss / father figure /
Yeah.
Okay, so Vander's being taken to Silco's lair, where he is experimenting with Shiver. You see Decker over there, standing with the chair in the other room.
So he's already been experimented on with the Shiver, right? Because they showed that at the end of another episode. So you obviously flare up and go back down.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Okay.
So it kind of, you get coked up, you get poisoned, and you get like hulked out. And that's what happens. And then you go back down.
Okay.
I don't know if Silco has like a little expose about their relationship over here. What do you know about their relationship?
That they were like brothers and that he tried to kill him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so in the Civil War, when Vander was the de facto leader of the underworld, Silco was like his friend slash wingman slash right hand man slash lieutenant slash whatever. And while Silco just stayed like an extremist, Vander went like the pacifistic way because he just cared too much about the lives of everyone in the underworld. So he strayed from their original beliefs. And that's when Vander actually betrayed Silco and tried to drown him.
Dick move.
Dick move. But he did it for the good of the underworld. But still, dick move. And Silco hasn't forgotten it. And Silco has been trying to cause an upheaval and a coup for a couple of months / years now. And now with all the unrest, he says we'll have to move up the time schedule. So it's not like he just found something at the moment.
Yeah, he's planning something, right? He's planning something
for a long time.
Yeah. But okay, so he was planning. Did he act because of what happened with Vi? Why do I keep saying V? With Vi and
I don't know why I
and
keep saying
explosion?
Yeah, so there's a lot of unrest at the moment. I think he thought it would be status quo for a longer time. And he's kind of seizing his moment now, but I don't remember why now. Maybe it's because I don't know why exactly. But I think if he doesn't do it now, then Vander will be lost to Piltover. Because he's probably going to be executed or banished
so he's acting now to
that's what I think it is.
Yeah,
I think he's been thinking about revenge all this time.
So he wants to be the one to kill him. So like often said, Professor X Magneto-ish.
Yeah.
Scenario.
A bit more violent than that, maybe, but yeah. Here we see that Victor indeed has been teaming up with Jace. Because everything that's dangerous is going to be destroyed, and it includes Jace's life work. And Victor actually believes that they're onto something, so they're going to retrieve something, or retrieve as much as they can, so their work can continue. And then Mel finds out. Mel is trying to be special and prove herself to the Madonna family, so she wants new things. She doesn't want Piltover to be destroyed by new things, but she does want new things or prestige or a name or whatever. Accomplishments.
She's seeing an opportunity, and she wants to see where it goes.
Yeah. So wait, what? I was dreaming. I was sleepwalking. This is my room. So it seems that that's why she was provoking Jace to actually tell her the truth about what he's been doing. And it also seems that that's why she bought like a silly puzzle for the council member just to have him on her good side, I guess. So he would vote for what she would vote. So she would basically have like a free extra vote. So she got Jace out. And she moves on in the game.
I think that also back to that little puzzle she got that guy. I thought it also kind of proved that she sees him as an imbecile. That's why she got him a kid.
Well, he is an imbecile because he never takes notice of anything what happens. So that's what he kind of wakes up, what? And then he just votes whatever Mel voted.
Yeah, and I think that was a very clever story trope without like hammering it in our face. Like you got to pay attention to catch that stuff, and I actually quite like that. Which made me like her character. And then that automatically made me think, oh yeah, she's going to help him. Back in the council, I thought she was going to help him in some way, just by how she was acting, or how they portrayed how she was acting, which then leads to this, I guess.
True.
I Hawkeyed it. I
Hawkeyed it.
I Hawkeyed it. Strikes again. No big deal. She was going to be a politician. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
What? She's a baddie.
She is. No.
What?
No, he means bad as in badass, I think.
Oh, is she a baddie? She a baddie. I think he means like that, you freak. She a baddie, she a freak. pretty sure that's some type of hip hop song.
It's from your bar. It's from your Iron Bars period. Okay. Also, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what Fi's saying to Powder. Maybe she says, I think
she says, "You're a gazelle. You're fired."
I think
that's
so.
What she says.
I think that's what she says. Stay home. Don't quit your day job. Do something else. You mess up too much.
Can I just pre-frame something here with that? Because that reminded me of something. Through the first or second episode, she overhears Vi talking with Milo.
Yeah.
About her being useless, basically. I feel like all these, after seeing the first 3 episodes now, I'm seeing things that lead to what happens at the end of this episode with her constantly hearing and feeling like she's a letdown to the team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But she is. Let's be honest. She is.
Yeah.
Right?
Insert gazelle clip.
Insert gazelle clip. We need it. Friends, we need it. Oh, no. Look again.
Look again.
So we see Jace and Victor trying to mess with the Hextech crystal that we saw that Powder also has a couple of. And they made work what they were trying to. She's a child.
High expectations.
Vi is also a child, often would say to himself. But apparently they kind of made it work and they stabilized it. So now they can progress on doing stuff and experimenting with the Hextech. Hextech, the idea is that it's technology that would it would be able to control magic or to have a gateway to magic or to use magic without being actually able to use magic. So it's somewhere between technology and magic.
Yeah, this is the Yellowstone with John Dutton. That's true. John Dutton book on parenting. That's actually so true. You hit that on the head. Oh shit, that's hilarious. So this magic, right? So we're in a world now without magic, because I feel like this is going to be a big part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to unlock something that's going to create a new age of what's to come with magic. So is Jace good, but also kind of he's Oppenheimer, I guess, like you said.
He is Oppenheimer. I think that's a very good analogy. He's Oppenheimer.
Damn, we got sound effects now. Yellowstone reference for John. Thanks.
Yellowstone.
Love it. Rap.
Yeah, I heard you guys referencing him because I haven't seen Yellowstone, but I heard you guys referencing Yellowstone as the worst dad ever.
Well, you'll see as it goes on. Often he's good and bad, as are most people in that show.
We'll see. It's only on Showtime, right?
Yeah, it's only 5 seasons.
Dude, so I might need to have like a subscription to be able to do it, to see it. Anyway,
yes.
I kind of don't know what's happening with Powder.
They're experimenting.
Maybe it's Vi. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I just know they're experimenting here after she covers for them. So baddie, she covers for them.
Yeah,
so they can
because
go
one of the enforcers,
experiments.
Harold, Harold is like a cool NPC.
Yeah,
but we see him patrolling, and Mel is distracting him, so they wouldn't get uncovered because
they're going
right over here gets picked up outside, and that's when the enforcers.
Yep. And then I'm pretty sure this is Vi
leaving Powder.
Yeah, she's leaving her, saying you can't come this time because you're a gazelle.
Yeah,
and we're going
Which
to.
Is true.
We're going to get Vander back. So Vander's been caught. Vi saw Vander get caught, and she's all fired up. She's gone back to get him.
And she's left alone. And then Powder has like a mental breakdown, becoming like a true borderline personality disorder. Having abandonment issues and outrages and emotional outbursts.
Yeah,
you could say that this is like the trauma of losing your parents, but then reliving it all over again onto different people.
That's right. And I might just do that often.
So the gang goes out to get Vander in Silco's lair,
right.
but it's a bit too easy. Powder has a breakdown in the room, sees the blue everything, and has anxiety. Yeah. So first she becomes like borderliner, and then she sees the things and she has ideas. And she thinks she can help anyway.
She's playing with
even
that
though-
monkey toy. Yeah, the monkey toy. She's I think she gets
because
the
she's
idea
been
of
making bombs all over with toys, and then she sees the blue thingy. So she thinks, okay, I'm going to be able to help. I can do this. I'm not a fuck
that's
up.
right.
I can do this.
I can do this. I'll show them how good I am.
I'll show them.
Basically, that.
Famous last
Classic
words.
story. Famous last words. Literally, I didn't expect that. This is where the show got me hooked. This is where I was like, oh,
Seriously?
shit. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. Like
Okay,
this
cool.
episode. This episode
Cool,
got me.
cool. So the gang went into Silco's lair pretty easy. And they find him in the dentist chair, all beaten up. And then Vander says, oh, must have been too easy. Get out. Because Vander knows Silco's mind, and he already knows the visage, the trap set by Silco to get these four. Because Silco wants to deliver these four to build over and get like a big reward.
See, I didn't know that. I thought he just wanted to lure
Get
them
these
in to
four.
capture them as well. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but just to get the reward. Because he doesn't
I get you.
care about these guys. He cares a lot more about revenge on Vander.
Okay.
And he cares about money and power. That's kind of it.
Okay.
So Vi gets the metal gauntlets that Vander used to have back in the days in Civil War.
Which is sick.
Yeah. And which is also pretty cool because from the moment you saw the gloves, Vi has like these metal gauntlets in the game. Not these,
really?
A lot more.
Like
a lot better than these, a lot more advanced than these. So when you play the game, it's pretty cool to see Vi wearing metal gloves.
Sick. Am I going to end up wanting to get the figures by the time I finish this series?
I don't know, John. Do you? Or will you?
I don't know. I'm not there yet after 3,
Cool.
but I'm seeing everybody else saying they're getting tattoos and figures. So I'm like,
think
it's obviously
you
going to
will.
ramp
I
up.
think you
So
will,
maybe
dude.
I'm
I
going to
think
end
you
up
will.
wanting to. I'm pretty
I think
easily
you will.
swayed.
I know. I'm getting those. Look, the first 2 figures from League of Legends, I thought they weren't that well done, so I hated it. And I would buy anything if it was 6 skill, and I would buy anything if it was League of Legends orientated. But now that there are 6 skill League of Legends figures, I didn't like them and I skipped them. At least the Kai'Sa one and the Ashe one, but the Arcane figure. So the Jinx figure looks very cool, so I'm definitely getting that one. And now Vi's teased, and I will definitely get Vi as well. So
has Vi been advertised yet?
No, just teased.
Teased. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't show
So Hot Toys showed her like
in
just a part of a splash arts kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she's going to be dope, especially if they have like light up features.
Sick.
Anyway, Vi is they're kind of trapped. Because that's like a dead end, the room that the dentist chair Vander's sitting in. And there's just one entrance, and the guys are coming. This guy, I thought maybe he's going to become Scion, another character in the game.
Branding numbers in his face. Nice.
I thought in Arcane, they were definitely going to have the big guy beat up Vi, but it was the other way around. So
that's a cool shot too. We'll say the action sequences were awesome in this episode. For someone who likes to see cool action, it was a cool action scenes.
Dude, it'll become even better in other episodes and especially season 2.
Sick.
So there's a couple of guys behind this bigger guy. He was just the first guy to come onto the bridge, which basically is a pretty good tactical advantage. If there's like a couple of guys trying to beat you up, just go to like a narrow spot because you'll get them one by one. It's rundown advice.
Rundown advice how to handle yourself.
Yeah. And Silco says to Deckard, now is your time to shimmer or to shine.
To shine.
Yeah. So the guy on the right is Deckard all shimmered up.
All jacked up.
I said Coke and Poison and Hulk, but it's also kind of zombie. I think that's the right mix.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a cool. I think this is straight from the game cinematics that Jump Vi does, but it's a pretty cool jump.
That's cool.
But it doesn't matter because the hulked up shimmered guy is
He doesn't even need to look, bro. Look at him.
He doesn't even acknowledge it's fine.
Yeah.
Got you, bro. Got you, bro.
Why would you not just break her neck? Come on. Step it up.
Okay, so now the slides cut to Chase and Victor. They have succeeded in opening the Arcane. Manipulating the Hextech crystal in that way that they are in a magical field.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a portal to everything they can unlock with magic. So they Oppenheimer did, basically. They're glad they made it happen. And I thought Mel was there to see it, to be honest.
So that what he's looking at there is the Hex core of the Arcane, which is the magic / science.
So so Arcane, I was kind of it was difficult for me to explain what Arcane would be, but Arcane is like the magic. And this is like the gateway to it, and it's called like the Hex core. And you at this point you don't know what the Hex core kind of is and what type of entity it is. You just know it represents magic.
Yeah. It's like, to me, watching it, he's made a discovery of this magic that has been gone for so long, suppressed by the overlords, and now he's brought it back.
By the overlords,
By the overlords.
So, starting here, it's a pretty dire situation. Clanger is trying to find a way out of the Vandal's room, but the guys are still over at the bridge, and the Shimmered Attacker is still here.
Yeah, he's knocking the wall out, right? He's trying to smash the wall out.
Because Vi and everyone else is back over at the room where Vander is, over there at the back, over here. And the door is closed, but the guy is still beating on the door. And from the side, Powder kind of flanks the guy from out of sight, and she lets walk in the monkey doll with all spikes on the, what do you call these?
Symbols.
Symbols, yeah. Spikes in the symbols, and then the Hextech crystal in the middle, which is volatile enough as it is when it just rolls. But it's even worse now, and you see just powder in the manhole over there. It blows up, obviously. And Clanger's made a hole in the wall in another room. Problem though is that with everything blowing up, the whole crew blows up. Except
I didn't expect this. I did not expect this. This got me. I was like, oh shit. That took a turn.
I can help now.
Everyone's dead.
Oops. Yeah. So when it rolls, it's volatile enough as it is, and now with the monkey beating on it, it's just even more volatile. So literally, the crew is dead.
The crew is dead.
So Milo has like a rod through his heart. This is Clanger. Clanger's dead.
To be fair, I didn't care for Milo.
He was set up to be. He was set up to be dead.
Yeah.
But the roided out Decker isn't dead yet. Vander isn't dead yet. So the fight continues. Vi is cut under a beam, so she can't help, and the only thing she can do is see how Silco abuses Vander.
Penetrates him in an abusive way.
Yeah. And Vander's dropped into off the bridge.
Yeah. You do get to see Xander though as an absolute savage beast before this kicking people's ass. Yeah, he's like he went hard.
Yeah.
So he beat that big guy as a normal guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to pre-frame how tough he was.
Definitely
skiing scene with Vander and Silco definitely was. He penetrated him.
Skeets.
He penetrated
so he gets dropped off in the balls of Shimmer. And this is Vi finding Vander, because Vander is he just fell into the.
So he was going to die, but he grabbed it to
Yeah.
fire back up to basically one last ditch effort to save her.
Yeah, so you see him falling off the bridge in all the shimmer, and you see his hand just reaching out to the vial, and then you get to see that he took the vial, he gets roided out like a zombie, he tries to kill everyone, and then after that he comes down, but he just has too many wounds, and this is Vi finding Vander when he's coming back down from the roids.
She gets upset, obviously.
Yeah, upset. When your surrogate father dies, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So it's like a second dad or second set of parents that died, and now you see the fuck up Gazelle, and Vi says,
you
"You're
killed
a Gazelle."
everybody.
Oh, dude, I remember the Batman and Robin meme. And the slap.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the game called in Squid Game?
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I want to say kanji, but it's not kanji. It's called something else.
Yeah, I love that show. I just binged season 2, literally
Dude,
in
me
like
too.
a day and a half.
I can't unsee it either.
Yeah.
Okay, Shafai says, "You're a Gazelle. Get out of here."
But first of all, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Jakji.
Maybe. I don't know.
Jakji.
Shafai says, "You're a Gazelle. Mother was right. You killed everyone. Go away." That's basically it. I'm leaving you.
Thanos the goat.
Thanos the goat. So,
but she wasn't really leaving. She was just going to have a cry.
Yeah.
I felt like she wasn't actually going to leave her.
I don't know. But she says you're a fuck up. She kind of says you're a fuck up. And so Vi gets triggered by her parents dying. And now Vander dies, so she gets triggered. So she's more emotional than she normally would. So her sisterly bond is kind of on a I don't know how you would put it, but she actually blames Powder for the death of everyone.
Well, that's kind of true.
It did, rightfully so.
Yeah,
and Powder is triggered by being abandoned. And now in the face, because that's why the mental breakdown earlier was so important. You know that she's triggered by being abandoned, and now she's being abandoned by Vi as well.
Yeah, and she's obviously realized she's just killed everybody.
Yeah, but I think the fact that she's being abandoned is more important. Hence the mental breakdown earlier.
Yeah.
And then who finds her? Silco finds her. So Silco comforts Powder and he says, "We'll show her." And I thought that was pretty interesting because he doesn't even look at her as if he's scheming something. I don't know what that scene meant, to be honest. I was hinging on two things. One, he is scheming something, but I think he actually means, and I think he sees her himself in her, because he was abandoned by Vander as well.
Yeah, I think so. At first, I thought he was going to kill her because he gets the blade. As she's sobbing, he pulls his blade out, or it focuses on the blade.
Yeah, that was
makes me think he's going to take her out. But then he sees something in her, and I liked that. This honestly is the bit that hooked me. This bit, because after the action, I'm like, that's cool action, cool. And then as soon as this happens, I'm like, now I don't know anything, right? I swear. From watching this bit, I feel like there's going to be a time jump. And she's going to be older and with him, and they're going to be completely apart. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the impression I got from this, that we're going to have a time jump now, and she's going to be a villain but she's going to be with him. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to get there, but that's what I think.
So what I like is that they do a really good job at world building and character building. You get to know, and also I like the fact. And this is where, to me, it's kind of like why Last was so good because
especially that fight.
So the theme is the beautiful and the ugly side of love. The things you would do for love, or because of loss of love, or because of betrayal, or because of jealousy, or because of they're all very tangible themes for every character. So even Silco has a very good theme in being betrayed and being an idealist. Vander has a very good theme and a set of morals. They all have tangible themes, and I like that. So for Powder, the big one is abandonment, actually also borderline personality disorder and being enraged um, when it comes or when she faces abandonment, and provides just parents dying.
Yeah.
And obviously for Silco, it's also being betrayed, and he sees something of himself in Jinx, or he projects it onto her. So it actually seems in this scene that he's going to take care of her and that they're going to show the world together.
Yeah, he's just recruited her basically, and it's kind of it's a victory for him too. He got revenge on his, the person who betrayed him. So it is victory for him.
Yeah, but I think it's just more. I think he actually feels for her, and it's going to be us versus the world.
Interesting. I'm sure we'll see that in the next couple of episodes then.
Yeah. So this is Silco's gang after everything went down.
Yeah. And that chick that wanted to fight before, I saw her get jacked up. She died too, right? The one that was in the bar that wanted to fight with Vanda.
Which one?
In episode
Sevica?
2. I think that's the one that guy's holding. Yeah.
Yeah, Sevica. Yeah, her arm got dismembered. She got dismembered.
So she's not dead, or she's dead?
You don't know.
Oh,
if you know, you know. There's going to be a lot of if you know, you know. A couple of weeks, I guess.
Am I right? Is there going to be a time jump? I feel like there's going to be a time jump. I feel like this was like you said, because I'm deducing here. I'm using my Sherlock Holmes skills here. I feel like these first 3 episodes is to set the lore and then to create this rift, and then we're going to jump into time where Powder is going to be older.
Yeah, so I don't know what you want to know or what you don't want to know, but the beginning is pretty, because we haven't covered the opening, the intro, right?
No,
I think the intro starts with a Fire and Powder and then ends also with Fire and Powder, but after the time jump.
Well, see, I skipped the intro, so
yeah,
that's probably why. I'll watch the intro on episode. I'll watch the intro on episode 4. Okay, I mean, cool. I did watch it the first time, but when you know nothing, you don't take. I didn't take anything in.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this episode got me. This set up the story. This made the other 2 episodes better because it built to that moment, I guess. Now you get my Hawkeye slide with the Imagine Dragons reference. I like it. And that's the first 3 episodes. So if anybody who's watching this hasn't watched it, I suggest go and watch these. You might understand. Even though we've kind of explained, Anthony's explained what's happened, I would say that you might have a bit more understanding of it. I feel like I feel like there's a lot of story here to unravel. I feel like. So going into it knowing, I feel like I'm going to episode 4 now, understanding everything way more.
Yeah. So the cool thing for me was when I saw this, apart from just being cool content, but the cool thing playing League is that you know that there are a lot of regions, a lot of gems, and this just zeroes in on only one region and just a couple of gems, and it does it so well. And it just exudes a lot of love for the characters and the world. It felt like an HBO series, which I mean a series that honors the showrunner's vision and creative side and doesn't mess with it for anything else than just creating cool content. And I think they just did that. That's
cool. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to watch the next 3 episodes, which I'll be doing this week in prep for next week.
Cool.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm in. It took you guys 4 years to convince me, or however long. I'm in.
Took you guys 4 years.
I have to do it.
Listen, Arcane.
Yeah, that video. Cool.
It's not Arcane.
Yeah, can't wait to see what you think of the next episodes.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing a time jump, so let's see if I'm right. I didn't expect this much of it.
You call it. You call it 4 years later. I call it.
I didn't expect this much of a story going in. It was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I guess I'm glad that you guys like told me how epic it gets, because if I just watched the first episode and didn't know, I might not have
You would
continued.
have stopped. Yeah, probably.
Mm,
That's why it
yeah,
took 4 years.
yeah, probably.
That's because of
But now it's
Yellowstone.
good for me. It's good for me because it's all out and I don't have to wait week by week.
True.
'Cause that
True, true.
kills me when I watch shows and then you have to wait week by week. So
Yeah.
now I can just
Yeah. So if you're
enjoy
going
as
to watch the rundown or follow the rundown, I think it would be most fun to just. Hi, Natalie.
Hello, Natalie.
First time here, I guess. Or
Yeah, is this
maybe
your
not.
first time?
I think
Or
so, right?
look, I've got the worst memory in the world. If she's been here before,
Iron Dory.
Yeah, Iron Dory.
Oh,
welcome. Are you on? Let us know. Are you an Arcane fan?
So if you are new to Arcane, I think it would be cool to watch just the way John does, 3 episodes per week, and just follow along.
Yes, and look,
if you
I don't
don't,
have
doesn't matter.
prejudice for animation often. I guess I kind of did, but I'm on the train. This is her first time doing the stream. Awesome. Welcome to the
Awesome.
stream. Welcome
Welcome.
to the Rundown live crew. This is our live crew in the chat. So if you do come back and watch the next episode, join the chat and have some fun with the people in there as well, because that's one of the biggest things with this show is interacting with the chat about the shows that we watch. To give you a bit of a rundown of if you've just joined the stream, I'm watching Arcane 3 episodes per week, and then we'll cover those 3 episodes as I've never seen it, whereas Anthony has, and Anthony's basically educating me on the lore, the lore of the story, which is awesome, and I'm loving it. Episode 3 got me hooked. 10 out of 10 for episode 3 for me.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
basically I'm a League of Legends stan, and for me
Yes.
it's very cool to hear how someone who doesn't know League and who hasn't seen the series yet experience it.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think you're right. I should have watched all 3 episodes together, but just the way I did it didn't work out that way. But I can tell you, by episode 3, I was like fully paying attention. If that makes
Cool.
sense.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
so I'm like,
Yeah, that's the way
and
it
now,
came
like,
out,
I'm
right?
hyped.
It came out with 3 episodes at the time.
Oh, is that how it originally aired? Okay,
I
sweet.
think so. We remember
I
it.
thought Netflix would have just dropped them all at the same time. I would have thought.
No,
I guess
no.
not.
I don't think so. I remember because it's a long time ago now. But
It's a long time ago.
I think it was just dropped as Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and then 3 episodes per act. But now you ask me, I'm not really sure anymore.
Oh, yeah, so often says Act 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that makes so much more sense having now watched the first 3 that it's an act, because I really felt like that was a finale in a way. It was like a finale setting up what I'm thinking is going to be a time jump, because I'm from deducing you saying she becomes Jinx. I feel like that's her name she's going to take in spite of how people treated her.
Yeah, it's like a
moniker. She's embracing it, unfortunately. Yeah. Damn. So I'm envisioning lots of Thor and Loki battles between her and Vi continuing. Is that kind of how it's going to go? I feel like.
Now you know.
I guess I need to watch it. Maybe I'll go and watch episode 4 today.
Sly fucks you.
I feel like I'm going to watch the next 3 episodes a lot quicker than I watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, probably.
Probably like now it's going to be that problem where I'm going to probably binge all 3 episodes and then I'll have to wait till next week to watch the
you don't
next
have
3.
to. You don't have to.
No. I want to. I
Cool.
want to. I want to do 3 each week, so I don't know what's going to happen the next week. So when we're talking about it, you guys can see someone who hasn't watched it, where their thought process is going with what they think is going to happen next. I think that's a cool little experiment to try.
Yeah, so for everyone who's watching the rundown for the first time because of Arcane, like Natalie maybe, the rundown is kind of like a book club. So it's not us doing like a regular stream. The idea is us plus chat having like a banter and talking about the stuff we like.
Yeah, book club is the way to do it. We're a book club, just visually. And often is completely right. John's going to binge it today and forget by Saturday.
Probably.
Damn you! I guess that deserves a burn. That deserves a burn.
thanks for all the slides, often. They were awesome. I thought in the beginning they weren't in order, but we're just missing some somehow, I think. But I think it worked out well. Now I just need to find a way to have it one-in-one presentation, because maybe this is a bit distracting with the sidebar. I don't know yet.
Well, I'll do it this week. You're fired.
Cool.
from the
Oh,
slides,
thanks,
so,
dude.
yeah,
Thanks, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks, dude.
I'll do it this week.
So-
Got him! Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Sorry, I had to do that.
It's okay. If that means I don't have to do anything anymore, I'm fine. I'm good, dude.
Well, you did the majority of the explaining, so you can do that part. I'll do the slides. When often I'll do the slides. I'll put them on. I've got the easiest job. I just put them on, and then you can do all the explaining. So thank you, often, for all the slides.
Yeah.
And Natalie, awesome. We're glad you're here, mate. Welcome to the book club. Awesome. Let me remove this. Well, that was fun.
Cool.
That was fun. I'm in. I'm hooked. I'm hooked for Arcane. I'm ready to go. Piss off, Lukagi.
What's he saying?
Just actually watching Arcane. He just forgot the first time. Damn it! Oh.
Dude,
Look,
blood roast.
I've remembered pretty good. Fuck it, I'm fine. All right, just so I can see Wolverine again. Just so I can see Wolverine.
Got him! Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
And just for fun's sake.
Listen, Arcane.
we actually rewatched June again, because I've watched June I don't know how many times now. Paul Atreides should be here this week, so I'm hopefully going to start filming some Paul Atreides stuff.
That's cool, dude.
Which would be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And side note, I actually have my Spider-Man mask coming, which will hopefully get here this week too. Should be pretty sick. It's left. I think it's left its port of origin. I think in either America or China. I think China. I think it's on the way. And that I may wear at the start of one episode. John's the embodiment of the question: what would be a movie of a series you can erase from your mind, so you can experience it again? That's literally how I experience things. You know how many times I've watched my favorite movies? Lots. Let's just put it that way.
You just started out like a new series, Billions, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You guys would love it. Also fix the Hawkeye sounds. Anthony doesn't lose hearing while the thing too.
Dude, I'm actually surprised that they're not telling me that Yellowstone has like 25 seasons.
We're actually we want to rewatch. Lani's so addicted, she wants to rewatch Yellowstone again. She's like, we're just gonna watch it again.
Dude.
Have you all watched The Walking Dead? I have watched The Walking Dead. Anthony, have you, sir? We know you have.
I think I've seen 2 seasons, but I'm not even sure yet.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
It doesn't draw me in yet, though. Should I?
You've only watched 2 seasons of The Walking Dead.
I think so. How many seasons are there?
Video? Wait, do I have a slap video? Hang on.
No.
So there's one of those types of series where John Berthol is in one series, right? Is it like, was it like
John Berthol's in the first couple seasons?
Yeah, I think I've watched 2 seasons, but it didn't grab me somehow. I don't know.
How dare you? To be fair, I haven't watched all of the series. I bounced around. I watched up until. See, the hard thing with me in shows that are like that is, my wife and I generally watch our shows together, and she's not into that. So when I've got to watch stuff like that, it's hard for me to watch, especially scary stuff, because if Mila's around, I can't watch it with my daughter. She gets a little scared. I've watched The Walking Dead and all the spin-offs.
So what are the spin-offs of The Walking Dead? Maybe I know.
You got Daryl Dixon. You've got help us out here, Natalie, because I don't know all of them. You got the LA one. I can't remember the name of that one. Then you've got the Daryl Dixon one. I like Daryl. Daryl's a baller.
Yeah. So for me, the problem is I see a lot of Walking Dead figures, I see a lot of companies doing Walking Dead figures. If I watch that show, I might go into that hole also.
Oh, you will.
Which
You
is a
will.
problem.
Especially Rick and Daryl. They're the ballers.
Yeah, I've seen those done a lot, and I might need to get those if I'm going to watch Walking Dead. So maybe I won't.
Fear the Walking Dead. But once you leave Dead City, yeah, Fear the Walking Dead World Beyond. Yeah, so there's tons.
Oh man.
You know what are actually doing? Yes, they just advertised.
Yeah, I
They
saw
got
them.
3 Walking Dead figures, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I
just
love
glad
Rick.
I didn't have to buy those. So if I'm going to watch The Walking Dead,
Mm.
maybe I'll
Then
pick it
you've
up
got
again.
Rick and Michonne. Is it Michonne? Is that how you say her name? I can't remember. I'm terrible. No, Glenn though. Yeah, Glenn. That I saw up to Glenn biting the dust, and that broke me. That was brutal.
Spoiler.
That was brutal. Yeah, you'll
Spoiler.
forget. You won't even know.
You won't even know.
Oh no, that's me. Oh, no,
that's projection,
me.
dude. That's projection. My friend.
That's me.
Daryl and
Negan.
Negan.
That's right. Yeah, Daryl and Negan, ballers. Yeah, look, I do want to get back and catch them because I love zombie stuff.
Maybe watch
those
it.
were all out
might...
when Mila was growing, and it was tough to watch scary stuff around her.
Was John Berthal, was he out of the season after a while? Maybe that's why I stopped watching. I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't make it too far. But it was good. How it happened was awesome.
Cool.
I still remember that. I actually still remember that, funnily enough. Anthony would buy large groups of zombies to surround the characters.
I'm already kind of not really into, but kind of into like the bitten line of 3-0. And I thought I would get out, but then they had like this creepy girl figure, which I thought, now I have to have it also. Because
you're a madman.
Where else would you ever get like a girl kid zombie to go in?
I don't know, Anthony. Where would you?
Well, 3-0, goodness series.
Train to Busan.
Or is it Blitzway?
Blitzway. I've been. You know what I want to watch next? There's another Korean show because I'm all into Squid Game. There's another one that's supposed to be like it. It's on Netflix as well. What's it called? It's another like crazy game type of theme show. If anyone knows, chuck it in the chat.
I don't know.
It's meant to be really good. I
think
someone.
It's Squid Game season 2.
No. There is another one. Trust me. There's another one. There is another one. I know it.
Okay, cool.
And it's meant to be just as good, if not better.
Okay.
Squid Game. That's cool. Gilgamesh from Eternals. Yeah. I know him.
Season 9.
Oh wow, he's the best.
I have to go a long way.
What season did Negan come
me.
in? Because I think I came up to when Negan came in, and the whole baseball bat scenario. That's where I think I stopped. Because I was like, I can't. If my daughter walks in the room, she's gonna freaking go.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll try to. Okay.
Alice in Borderlands is Japanese. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
That's a game show in the buildings, right?
Maybe that's the one. Is that the Whisperers season? That was a good season.
Guys, still make me watch it. I'm going to binge it. I think
one thing you learn about Anthony, by next week, Anthony would have seen all seasons of Walking Dead and have 15,000 figures.
Probably.
Negan was 7. So I made it to season 7 then, I think.
Okay.
That's where I made it to. So I actually made it a fair way. I'm quite proud of myself.
Yeah, so probably my goal is going to be make it further than John's. So I'll have to watch at least season 8, episode 1.
You'll do that because we're probably going to go back to Yellowstone.
Yeah, probably.
We've still got to watch the Yellowstone prequels, 1883 and 1923, which are the prequels of The Family, which I told Otten. But they're more brutal, apparently, a bit more violent. So again, we have to kind of wait till Mila's back at school so we can chuck them on.
Yeah.
Because she won't have it. She will not have it. Interesting. Don't get me hyped. Look, I got too many shows right now. I got to get through Arcane. I got to get through Arcane.
Do that first. Maybe I'll just watch Walking Dead, like a recap of season 1 and 2, and then just dive into 3, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Rick is legend. I'll always love Rick.
And which season is that?
Rick's. I mean, he was still in it. He was still up in it until season 7.
Okay.
At least when Negan came in. Maybe I can go back. I still remember that episode, so maybe I can go back. Episode 6 episodes.
600?
Yeah, so that's
I
not
don't
that
know.
bad.
I don't know.
That's not that bad. That's not.
I'll
that
just
bad.
watch a recap for the first 2, and then I'll just go to
Yeah.
3, I think.
Thank Darabont season. Yeah. Nice. Well, let's call it there, guys. We'll be back next week for episodes 4, 5, and 6 of Arcane season 1. Arcane
And The
season
Walking Dead
1.
season 3 and 6. 3 and 4.
Anthony will know all about Walking Dead come next week.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to blame Natalie if I don't get any sleep now.
Oh wait, Natalie, before we go, do you collect as well, or are you just into shows? Let us know. Let us know. Iron Logan is on the 19th run of Billions. He can't watch another show.
He should have said he can't see another show.
I can't see another show.
The
Look,
C
I'm
is
going to
the
be a
other one.
cowboy. Look, if you see me on stream with a cowboy hat, it's because I've gone full Yellowstone. Okay, full Yellowstone. I'm going to be zombie posing channel.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Oh, she does. I'm trying to collect. Awesome.
Cool.
Well, when you see those, don't look at the Walking Dead figures because I think you'll be in trouble if you see how awesome they look.
Yeah, those
especially in art. I think I saw a preview of the in art. Rick
Yeah.
Grimes. It looked from memory. It looked amazing. It looked absolutely amazing.
From memory, he says.
From memory, we all know how good my memory is, guys. I think those cowboy hats are actually super expensive. They are often, and that's why I don't have one right now. They're very expensive. And I'm the type of person, if I'm going to get a cowboy hat, I'm going to get the
best one.
I want
You're
the
going to get an
best one.
Iron Man cowboy hat. I already know it.
I'll get a cowboy hat, and then I'll put my Spider-Man cosplay mask on, and then I'll have I'll be Spider Cowboy.
Old Man Logan.
Spider, yeah.
You could do Old Man Logan.
I could. I might just change my name to Rip. Yeah, often gets it. I'm going to be Rip. Rip! Anyway, guys, we're going to drag on forever if we don't. We'll see you here next week, same time, same place, Arcane, episodes 4, 5, 6. Am I correct? Is there going to be a time jump? I think I am. I think that's how it's going to work. I think it's going to be. I think I called it. John's going to get a Tony Stark cowboy hat version. Hell yeah. Rip! Butch, hey Anthony, thanks for breaking down the episodes. I'm a little more interested in the series now.
Cool.
Okay, guys. Yeah, Butch, go and
watch
check it. Yeah, go back and watch the first 3 episodes. Do what I did. If you get time, watch it and tell us what you think.
Or stop.
Till next time, guys. Oh yeah, stop. Well, watch 4, 5, and 6 as well if you like the first 3. You can be ready for next week. See you later. Thanks for coming, Natalie. Welcome to the group. Butch, catch you later. Often, Lakagi, Christian, S-Beam dropped in. Who else we got?
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for coming. Don't forget, if you want to check out my other podcast, go check out my new channel, Create the Courage podcast. Go check it out. I have a great chat with a great friend. Very motivational story. And hopefully you follow that journey too. But until next time, Anthony, as always, go check out the figure posing channel. If you want to learn how to pose figures, go check out Anthony. I got your back. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, all the good things. That's what up. And one last thing before we go, just quickly, the stream's going to end right after this. You watch. Can I time it well?